Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Alan, thank you for your leadership. And to the members of the board, thank you for putting together what is an amazing, amazing group of people tonight. I think this is probably the largest crowd you've ever gotten, and it shows the spirit of the people in Nassau County. So give yourselves an applause for coming tonight and supporting this event. Speaking of the mask ban, I have to share the credit with our county legislature, and especially Mazi Pilip, who was the author of that ban. And let me tell you a little story. The same Palestinian thugs and protesters that were at Columbia University, that shut down roadways and airports and bridges in New York City, came to Nassau County, and we were ready for them. Our great Nassau County Police Department said, you want to protest? There's the sidewalk. You step off, you're arrested. You're not occupying buildings, you're not blocking streets, and you're not harassing our citizens in Nassau County. I want to thank some people. First of all, my chairman, the chairman of the Republican Party, Joe Cairo, has joined with us. He and I went to Israel last year together, and it so happens there is a famous rabbi whose name is Joe Cairo. I think he's from the 14 or 1500s. So now we refer to him not as Chairman Cairo, but as Rabbi Cairo. And I also want to mention Jay Jacobs, the chairman of the Democratic Party, who's here. And it's a good thing we're here together. Fighting anti-Semitism shouldn't be about party. It should be about right and wrong. And that's why the Holocaust Center is so important. And I've been meeting with the board, and we're talking about things that we are going to do, programming, but more importantly, to build a bigger and better and more vibrant Holocaust Center that Nassau County can be proud of. You have some amazing honorees. Peter and Lisa Ripken, Marilyn and Harvey Gesson, and dear friends of mine, Joy and Kev and Ken Breslin. Let me tell you something about Ken. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I know his father, Willie, for over 50 years now. My father and him did business together. And my father said this about Willie Breslin. He said he was one of the most honorable people he ever dealt with in business. And I can tell that you are his son, Ken. Mazel tov on being here tonight and getting this award. Finally, I'd like to tell you why I do what I do. I was 9 years old. I had a grandfather, Jesse Blakeman. He lived in Long Beach. We lived in Valley Stream. He used to come visit all the time. He was the model grandfather. He would always wear a sport coat. He was very loving. He would take us to the boardwalk. He'd take us to rides on the boardwalk. We'd play games on the boardwalk back when Long Beach had an amusement park. Candy in his pockets. Just a wonderful, wonderful man. I was extremely close to him. At 9 years of age, he calls me into the kitchen of my house. He says to me, I want to have a serious talk with you. My grandfather had never, ever, ever had a serious talk. It was always about fun. He looked me in the eye. He says, I want you to promise me two things. I said, Grandpa, what? What do you want me to promise you? He says, I want you to promise me that you will always remember that you are an American, and you will always remember that you are a Jew. 1 week later, my grandfather passed suddenly of a heart attack. But those words have stayed with me my whole life. Seeing everybody here today gives me tremendous hope, and it gives me strength to know that we're not in this battle alone. We need to fight anti-Semitism. We need to combat anti-Semitism. And we need to educate people who are ignorant about the Holocaust. We have to make sure that all our schools have sufficient curriculum that tells the story of the Holocaust, the greatest tragedy in history. And they say history repeats itself, and we all know on October 7th it did. There is no justification for raping women, burning babies, decapitating babies, and killing unarmed people. So we must continue to fight together. May God bless you all. May God bless the state of Israel. And may God bless this wonderful America. Thank you.